Guys, UFC 309 is set for November 16th in Madison Square Garden, and obviously we're all looking forward to it, right? I think we all know who's in the main event, but today I decided I'm going to make a card builder, right? Because I'm actually interested in some of these matchups, and all of these matchups are bangers. They're going to keep you tossing and turning up at night. You know, you're going to be dreaming about these matchups probably after I show them to you. So let me just get into them, right? First off, we got a badass matchup, bro. This is a badass matchup. Jon Bones Jones, the fucking greatest of all time, versus Stipe Miocic. Absolute badass matchup. This is going to be extremely competitive. Only Jones haters would say that this isn't a good matchup, but you know, in reality, this is the confirmed matchup. I think we all know it is going to be at Madison Square Garden, and it's one of those matchups that you gotta get done. I don't want to see it necessarily. I want to see Tom versus Jones, but you know, Jones is a duck, and he's gonna get his way, I guess. You know, because he does have some dirt on Dana, and Dana's agreed to doing this. You know, Dana has said how much he wants this matchup to be made, and it's gonna be made. It's confirmed. So let's just move past it. This is for another video. It's a dumbass matchup. But next up, we got another one. This is kind of confirmed. This is semi-confirmed, but Colby versus Dustin. This is a banger. This is a banger, especially at welterweight. I'd like to see Dustin move up and see, you know, what he can get done. I would be picking Dustin. Especially after how Colby looked in his last fight. I know you're going to say, if you're a Colby fan, you're going to say, bro, this guy doesn't know he had a broken foot. But no, in reality, I don't give a fuck if he had a broken foot. He looked like dog shit. And I think Dustin, on the other hand, even though he did get submitted, and it was like 4-1 or some shit, or 3-1 leading up to when he got submitted, he still looked decent. He still looked good, and I think he is going to fucking beat up Colby, bro. I think his takedown defense is a lot better, and he's going to beat up Colby on the fucking feet, bro. Especially if he's stuffing takedowns from Islam, and he was looking insanely good against Islam when it came to his takedown defense. I think he's going to be able to beat up Colby Covington. But, you know, it's a good matchup. Otherwise, it's going to be a good matchup. Especially, look at this. Jon Jones versus Colby on the same press conference. These guys have some beef or some rivalries. You know, they used to be fucking roommates back in the day, and these guys talk shit about each other, and they genuinely do not like each other. Like Jones, when Leon beat Colby, he was like, I want to give you a fucking motorcycle or something. And speaking of Leon, we got Leon fucking Edwards. We got Leon Edwards on the fucking card. Okay? Leon versus Garry. Tell me this is not a good matchup. Especially with this Leon versus Colby. Colby, they already fought. So at the press conference, it's going to be a fucking lot of beef. And, you know, it's just going to be beefed up. And we got the Cuck, Ian the Cuck Garry. Everyone's going to be making fun of this motherfucker at the press conference. He probably will not show up. He's probably going to be too scared. He's going to be shivering in his fucking pants, trying to, you know, convince himself he needs to go to the press conference. But in terms of the matchup, I think we should just make this now. You know, Leon said, I want to fight one more time. You know, after Bilal did beat the shit out of him a bit, you know, he was like, I want to fight one more time this year. I felt a little off or some shit, you know. And Ian Garry, you know, Ian's a fucking beast. And if we're noticing a pattern with his opponents, we are noticing a pattern with one characteristic in common with his opponents. So I think we should follow that pattern, and we should give him a Leon Edwards. You know, we should give him a Leon Edwards, and I think it would be a good matchup. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little. You know, I just woke up or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Leon Edwards versus Ian Garry. This is a good matchup. It'll probably end up being boring, like every Ian Garry fight so far, and like a lot of Leon's fights as well. Especially since it's not going to be... Maybe we should move this down the card, honestly. But we'll keep it here in the featured event for now. And, yeah, I think it's also going to be good because they do have the bit of rivalry. Everyone on this card has a bit of rivalry, but they have that rivalry when it comes to the gym, right? The gym, where Ian Garry showed up to Leon Edwards' gym, and Leon was like, get the fuck out, bro. Get the fuck out. I beat the fuck out of you, or whatever. So, yeah, let's move on to the next matchup. Next up, we got Marlon Chito Vera versus Yadong. This is a banger matchup. I don't care what you want to say. This has already happened. It was a good fight, and it was a robbery. We all know. We've all seen the scorecards. It was a fucking robbery. Chito got robbed, so let's run it back. I don't know why they haven't ran this back yet, especially when, in my eyes, Yadong, I know he's improved, and Chito Vera are on a very similar level where they're not quite top 5. They're not like out here competitive necessarily with the top 5, or not even that. They are competitive with the top 5, but they're not in the top 5, and they're not necessarily looking like they're gonna be like title holders or competing for a title. So this is a perfect way to make those guys fight each other. In my eyes, these are a very similar level opponent, and we would just see, we see who's the better guy, who's really the better guy in the rematch, right? And I think this is going to be an interesting fight. Chito, he likes to fight a lot. He fights like 3 times a year usually. And he said, he said he wanted to fight on this card, I'm pretty sure. Originally, it was either this card or 310. But let's just get him on 309, man. This is going to be a good matchup to have in there. And also, Song Yadong, I don't know where the fuck this guy vanished. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe he has a fight booked and I'm autistic, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a fight booked. I literally made a 307 builder, and I booked him against somebody on 307 because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with him. But yeah, Song Yadong, you need to get in there and fight, brother. And Chito Vera, Chito's an active guy, so he likes to fight. Chito's a fucking beast. And let's get this matchup going. This is going to be a good, underrated matchup. Move on to Anthony Smith versus Anthony Smith. So, in case you are wondering, you are not seeing double right now. You are not seeing double. This is Anthony Smith versus Bogdan Guskov. Bogdan, he's a fucking beast. There's always been the memes that he is Anthony Smith's doppelganger, right? So I say we just get this over with. Anthony Smith, he's coming off of a loss to the beast Roman Dolidze. And that's nothing to scoff at, right? Roman Dolidze is a beast. And I'm sure Anthony Smith, he's at the point of in his career where he's not maybe trying to get that title shot. Maybe a couple months ago he was, but now when he realizes, he's not that good of a fucking fighter. On paper, obviously he would be champion right now, but in reality, when we're living in, the reality, he's not the best fighter. So I think we got Bogdan versus Anthony Smith done. It's a perfect fight if you look at the rankings, where I think Anthony Smith is like, what is he, 11 or some shit? And Bogdan's like 13 or something. Maybe I'm fucking stupid and I'm completely wrong, and Bogdan's ranked number 1 and Anthony Smith is number 15. But in reality, I do think that they're similar. So let's just fucking get it done. I don't see Bogdan is booked. I don't see that he's booked. And Anthony Smith, I have no clue what he's doing. I think he's literally just probably fighting for money at this point. So might as well just do it. And also, look at how much of a genius I am. Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. The man that Anthony Smith beat on paper is in here. If he took that illegal knee, he would have been the champ. So this is going to be an extreme rivalry here. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Smith, calls out Jon after this fight. But yeah, that is a good... I'm a genius, bro. I am a genius when it comes to matchmaking, okay? But let's move on to... Alright, I don't know why I put it there. The prelims. Oh my fucking god, I'm messing up. Sorry for the technical difficulties there, man. It happens to everyone. But the prelims. Payton Talbott versus Adrian Yanez. This is a good matchup. Payton Talbott called for this, and I have no clue why they wouldn't put this on 307 or 308 or anything. I don't know. Hopefully they're not going to put it on a fight night, because guys, you need to build up Payton Talbott as a star, and that's my idea with these prelims. I'm going to say that all of these prelim fighters are future stars in my eyes, okay? So we're going to be building them up. Payton Talbott called for this matchup way back like 2 months ago or some shit, or a month ago. Maybe I'm like off the charts and off the fucking... What am I saying? What am I saying right now? But yeah, maybe I'm off my rocker, and Payton Talbott fucking fought a week ago, and I'm thinking that he's been, inactive forever. But I swear he hasn't fought in a while, like 2 months after he got his little 13-second KO. But I think it's time to take that step up in competition. Adrian Yanez is who you called for. And if I know Dana likes to give the fights to these guys, these prospects who they call for, right? So I think this is going to be a realistic fight that is going to be made. It's going to be a good fight as well. It's going to be a good little striking chess match, bro. But I think we get it done. Put it on 309. Payton Talbott headlining the prelims as well. It will build him up as a star, guys, especially on the Jon Jones card. It will build him up as a star. Let me move this a little. But yeah, next up, we got Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer versus Paul Craig, bro. This is another fight that he called for, but we got Joe Pyfer. He's an absolute fucking badass. He's out there training with Sean Brady. We got Fanboy and Chum Chum. I've said that before, but I'm going to stick to it, man. This is like Fanboy and Chum Chum out here, and they're just training in Philly, man. They're training in Philly, and Joe Pyfer, obviously we all know he's very salty. He is salty. He's a salty man working in the salt mines, and so I think he deserves the Paul Craig matchup. He is going to be salty if he does not get it, because he did call for it. I know when he called out Paul Craig, everyone kind of scoffed at it, and they were like, bro, come on, call out somebody, call out one of the big guys. But he did, he did call out Jack Hermanson earlier, and he got beat up by Jack Hermanson. So you know, maybe Joe Pyfer wants to take it a little slow. I think he wants to take it a little slow out here, because he doesn't want to be another failed prospect, like one of these failed prospects around town. He just wants to be a good future prospect. So, you know, give him his Paul Craig win. Let him KO Paul Craig, or let Paul Craig submit him. You know, if Paul Craig submits him and fucking flukes a win against him, I would think Joe Pyfer is a better fighter, since Paul Craig, we all know Paul Craig only beats the elite guys. So this is a great way to see if Joe Pyfer is really elite. If he loses to Paul Craig, he's really elite. If he beats him, he's just another guy, right? Like Caio Barajo, I guess. But no, that doesn't really make sense. But yeah. Let's move on to the next matchup. Mauricio Ruffy versus Bobby Green. Tell me this is not a good fight. Ruffy, he's not booked. He fought fucking Jamie Malarkey or some shit last, right? And he looked insane. That was his debut, right? That was his debut, and everyone was like, this guy's like McGregor. Which he does. He looks like a Brazilian McGregor. And this is McGregor versus Bobby Green, bro. Let's just get it done, man. This should have happened ages ago. We should have seen McGregor versus Bobby Green ages ago. And I say, we get it done. Bobby Green is no longer ranked in the top 15, so why can't we do this? Why can't we do it? Unless we don't want to rush Ruffy, but he looked very good. I think he deserves to be a little bit outside the top 15, so let's just get it done. I know Joel Alvarez called out Bobby Green, but, bro, Joel, you gotta wait, man. You're not gonna fight Bobby Green right now. You're gonna fight somebody else. This is a more interesting matchup in my eyes. And also, we got the name power in Bobby Green. You know, I'm sure the UFC in reality would put this headlining a fight night or some bullshit instead of putting it on a fucking pay-per-view. Because, you know, we always want to put a mid-ass fight headlining the pay-per-view, or the fucking headlining a fight night, right? We always have these mid fights headlining fight nights, and then we have a bunch of women fighters below. And, you know, it's alright. I respect the women fighters. Obviously, I have a WMMA channel where I do post my hardcore takes, but that's for a different time. You know, I don't like really speaking about women on this channel too much, just because out of respect for the casuals, right? But this is a great fight. It will be fireworks guaranteed. Let's fucking get it done, bro. And book Mauricio Ruffy, dude. What is he doing? Just book him already, man. I love this one. Shamil the Blob Gaziev versus Nascimento. Rodrigo Nascimento. He went against, did he go against Derek Lewis last? I think he went against Derek Lewis and he got fraud checked. You know, he's a fucking cab driver. So let's just book it, bro. This is going to be a blob fest. We might as well have it on there. Shamil Gaziev is one of the biggest names in MMA right now. There's no doubt about it. And let's give Shamil a guy who's not necessarily a striker, but more of a grappler, right? More of a grappler, so it's like a grappler versus grappler matchup. This is going to be an insane grappler. This is going to be a grappler. This might be like Colby versus Usman, honestly, though. It might stay on the feet. I'm literally seeing Colby versus Usman right here. Usman and Colby. Bro, I could see this going down like Colby versus Usman. This is going to be a banger on the feet. Fireworks on the feet. Book it right now. Why is Shamil Gaziev not booked already, bro? Why is he not? I know he just fought, but why is he not booked already, bro? We need to keep this guy active. We need to keep him, building him up as a star. Maybe even toss him. If it were up to me, I would toss him on the fucking main card. But I don't know, man. Let's just put him here for now. And I think this is a matchup that we do want to see. And also, the next matchup, I know we haven't seen any women yet. And I do want to be fair. We are going to be booking for the last matchup on this card, Bruna Brasil versus a woman. You know, I don't know who we should book her against. I was looking through the rankings, and I honestly don't know. On my WMMA channel, I will be making a thorough breakdown on who she should be fighting. But Bruna Brasil, she's a fighting nerd. That's one of the reasons I know her. She's a fighting nerd, and she beat Molly McCann. And she was a big underdog in that fight. So, fuck it. Let's just book Bruna Brasil again for the main, you know, the opener of the prelims. And she'll become a star, bro. She'll become an instant star. That'll be the only woman on the card, and everyone's going to be focusing on it. Because, you know, most of the hardcores, we like to focus on the women fights, and those are, like, the real hardcore matchups. So, I'm pretty sure she would get most of the attention on the card. She might steal a little attention from John Jones, but in reality, I think this is a good fight. You know, make Bruna Brasil versus literally anybody. It could be fucking Bruna Brasil versus TJ Dillashaw. Let's get TJ Dillashaw back in the UFC. That'll probably be a good matchup. But yeah, that's it for the card, guys. Also, before I end the video, I wanted to show you guys what I think will really happen to this card, because, you know, the UFC never likes to make good matchups, so this is realistically what the UFC is gonna make. 16 female fights and two dumbasses. I was about to say a different word, but, you know, two tards. Two fucking nobodies. That's a more realistic version of a UFC card if you want me to make this as realistic as possible. So if there's that one kid in the comments who says, Song Yadong could never fight on this card, bro. He literally said he has to wait till 312. Okay, I don't care, bro. I'm trying to make this as entertaining and as, in my eyes, realistic. Because why can't the UFC do this? Why can't they have Bruna Brasil? Why can't they have Mauricio, Ruffy? Why can't they have Shamil the Ball of Gaziev on this? Why? Does it have to be fucking... Are you enjoying this slop? Are you enjoying this slop? Is this what you want to see? This fucking PFL fest? Just, bro, alright. Yeah, go enjoy your fight night. Go enjoy your fucking fight night pay-per-view, bro. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. 309, right? 309 car builder. This is a absolute banger. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, and please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're trying to build a community up here. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.